Hi everyone, it's Kim from Affordably Crafty. Happy Vlogmas, day 13? I may have gotten a little behind, but that's okay. I've been really distracted by some bigger tutorials I'm creating. And I decided I gotta put that down and get on some Vlogmas action tonight. And if you're new here, welcome. My channel is all about teaching you how to stretch your craft dollar and be affordably crafty. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also follow me on Instagram and join my Facebook group where I post about all my steals, deals, and freebies I find in my travels in the crafting world. So I have a bin of things over here that I've been meaning to film for a little while that I just have not got to. And so that's come in very handy with Vlogmas. So today I'm going to be doing a little talk about what wraps per inch is, or WPI, and how that can help you if your yarn label does not have information, or if you're getting mystery skeins from a thrift store or mill ends. Crafter Square is from Dollar Tree. I will have an affiliate link down below if you are interested in getting your hands on some of these. Now this yarn is on the thinner side if you're familiar with the regular Crafter Square yarn. And this purple color is really getting blown out. It's actually a deeper color than that. It's not so like ultraviolet. Less blue. There will be an affiliate link down below for Dollar Tree. As of the filming of this video on 12/16/21, the princess yarn, along with some other yarn, is available on dollartree.com if you guys didn't know. Check it out. That doesn't cost you any extra, but helps support the channel, and I appreciate it. So, princess yarn. What is wraps per inch? I use wraps per inch a lot because this princess yarn does not have, this yarn label is not like the font of information. It's missing a lot of things. So let me turn you guys around and I'll talk about what wraps per inch is and teach you all about how awesome it is. Okay, so this is Crafter Square Princess yarn. It's 100% acrylic. See, it says princess yarn here. It is 2.1 ounces or 410 yards, 60 grams and 375 meters. And that, folks, is where the information ends. This is just some SKU information. Doesn't tell you what size hook or needles to use. Doesn't tell you what weight yarn this is. So what we're first going to do is figure out what weight yarn this is. By looking, I'm going to guess this is possibly a 1 weight. But there is a standardized way to find out what wraps per inch your yarn is. Now I'm just going to take the label off here instead of having to deal with yarn barf. I can't stand yarn barf. Oop, that was easy. There's the end of it. So you're going to take a ruler, and it doesn't have to be one of those fancy notch things that you buy just for this. This is a Katrinkles offcut. You can see Katrinkles there. Made in the USA. She's from Providence, Rhode Island. She makes some awesome, awesome, awesome tools, stitch markers, and some interesting stuff. But so here, you can see there's inch gauges here. Inch gauges. There's an inch ruler. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your yarn, you're going to hold it there, and you're going to start wrapping. Now, you're not going to pull really, really hard. The goal here is not to stretch the yarn out. The goal here is to see how many times you can wrap this around in an inch. So, sorry if I'm a little bit off camera. It's kind of awkward. Yeah, don't worry about it. I need some more yarn. Come here, princess. Princess yarn, come to mommy. And every so often, you're going to put it back down this way so that they're all lined up. You don't want them overlapping. That's another important thing about this. You do not want your yarn to overlap. As you see, there's space there. So I'm going to just push it down. And keep wrapping. And you want to go all the way down to that 5. I just had this random Katrinkles offcut I got at the recycling place I go to in Rhode Island. She also, I believe, does an advent calendar every Christmas, which is kind of interesting. So I'm just making sure that these go down so that they are, oops, keep your hand on that front one, otherwise it's going to be a problem. Don't let go of it like I just did. So I'm going to push these down again so that there is no space in between that. And this is not an exact science, but it's going to give you, there's like a range of which weights things are. And I will explain that in a moment. So let's see. Maybe 1 or 2 more times here. Sorry if I'm going off camera a little bit on wrapping this, but it's a little difficult. Okay, so you've got your wraps in 1 inch. You see here, it starts at this one and ends right here at the 5. And now what we're going to do is we're going to count how many times that goes around. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take a pencil because it's fine so that I can go in there and see. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. Sorry, I just moved the camera. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, 22 times. I am going to link down below where you can find online the table for this. 22 times. All right, hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I will write in the description box this whole table out, and I will also link the Craft Yarn Council website, so it explains a little bit more about the table and how this is and why this came about. But since this is 22 wraps, this is, as I thought, it's a 1 weight, a super fine. Super fine is 14 to 30 wraps per inch. Okay, so we know this is a 1 weight. We know this is 100% acrylic. Let me just grab something else off the shelf so you can see what I mean. Hang tight. I'm going to grab another yarn. Okay, literally just went and grabbed the probably hundreds of mystery skeins I have behind me. This is on my clearance, not my clearance, my Christmas shelf. It is sparkly and all wonderful things, and I believe I got this at the recycling place. This is the chain spun yarn. So I'm going to do wraps per inch on this and show you how it's a little bit different when you have a bigger yarn. So again, remember to hold on tight to your first wrap, or this is not going to go well for you. This is the main reason that I use the wraps per inch tool. Sometimes you're just not certain about how big things are, and it helps me to figure out where my crochet hook size should be, and also sometimes to figure out how big of a project I can make out of something that I have. I love to do thrift shopping, Goodwill and Savers and the like. I also love a good yard sale and the Facebook Marketplace haul, of course. Sorry if I'm going out of frame a little bit when I'm wrapping this, but okay, I gotta push those down a little bit. You don't want any space in between there, remember. This is the chain spun yarn, so you gotta be careful you're not pulling it too tight either. You don't want to stretch it, because that's gonna skew your numbers. Hold on, I gotta put that, scooch that back down. Scoocha, scoocha. Okay. And I think 1 more time and we'll be good. Okay. So that's in between that. Let me get my pencil out and we're gonna count again. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So this is 18 wraps per inch, which is a fine weight yarn, which is a number 2. 12 to 18 wraps per inch is a fine weight yarn. So this is 18. So this is right on the border of a DK and a fine weight, which is a 2. So a 3 and a 2. I would agree with that. It's going to stretch when you use it because it's a chain spun. And so what you can do from that, okay, so there's a couple different ways you can go about figuring out your crochet hook size recommended once you figure out your wraps per inch, which gets you what size your yarn is. Frankly, you can just Google that. That's one way. Or if you have a similar yarn in stash, you can look and see what that label says. Or if you know of a similar yarn online that's easily accessible, the information, you can also find that, or you can use this great website called yarnsub.com, YARNSUB.com, which has a plethora of information of types of yarn, yarn substitutions, so much information. I'll link that down below too. So upon a little bit of research, the purple crafter square, I should use a 2.25 to 3.25 millimeter hook. And the silver chain spun should be a 3.5 to 4.5 millimeter hook. So that is the advantage of using wraps per inch. Now you can get fancy tools where there's like a cutout, but honestly, you can just easily hold that up to any old ruler you'd like. But it has to be stiff. Can't use a sewing ruler, that's not going to work. No. It does not work. So I hope that helps to explain wraps per inch and how it's useful. Apparently, I'll be doing this review in my next video because it's getting a little long. So, happy Vlogmas. And please like, share, and subscribe so your friends can learn how to be affordably crafty too. And have a creative day, everyone.